Ok, riprendiamo dove avevamo interrotto con Vivienne e seguiamola.
Oh no! A panther's gone at the nest!
Stand back. I'll take care of this.
Troppo alto. Abbassiamo il volume.
Eggs fell in a moss patch. They're fine except for one. It's cracked.
Will it do?
Speriamo bene.
Think so.
Ma chi è quest'altro uccellino che ci spia in continuazione?
Now what must I do?
You need to concentrate now. Repeat after me. Muna gandrau. Muna finarat.
Muna gandrau. Muna finirat. Muna gandrau. Muna finirat. Muana gandrau. Muana finirat.
Siete vivi?
Damn it.
Geralt, look! Look!
Che c'è?
Oh, gods! I shall be able to attend balls. I shall travel to Oxenfurt, to Novigrad even. Thank you, Witcher.
Ought to thank Guillaume. He's the one hired me. To help you.
Yes, I'm grateful to him as well, immensely. Will you tell him so for me?
Perché non lo dici tu stessa?
Should tell him yourself, don't you think?
Perhaps I should, but I would prefer not to. Convey my gratitude to him in my stead.
Va
Please,
bene, come dici tu.
be so kind.
Sure, I'll tell him. Farewell, Vivian.
Bye bye. Ok, torniamo. Cavallo. E torniamo da Gullaim, boh, dal tizio. Dai, attraversa. Allora, questa è la tenda della tizia.
A fruitful hunt to you, Witcher. And be merry.
Eccolo qui.
The prophet Lebioda.
Geralt, what of Vivian?
Managed to lift her curse.
Truly? So all will be well. Her troubles are done?
Più o meno.
Vivian chose what suited her best. She's completely free now. And happy, I think.
without me.
You helped her, but that doesn't mean she owes you her love. Got this bard friend, philosopher too, I guess, amateur. He'd say, if you love somebody, set them free.
Do you know what, Geralt? You earned your reward, so take it. But keep your advice to yourself. Adieu.
Sì, ma rilassati. Che vuoi da me? Possiedi la virtù dell'onore. Soltanto uno. Qua abbiamo viaggio rapido. Andiamo qui. Abbiamo. Quello è l'isolotto. Ecco l'eremita.
You have proven the 5 chivalric virtues dwell in your heart.
Mean the sword's mine? I can dive in and take it?
The sword deserves the hand of a master. You must prove your skills are worthy through combat atop the water's surface. Are you ready?
Siamo pronti?
Anytime.
Then draw your blade.
E non vale però. Aia. Aia. Dov'è il tizio? Aia. Che è successo?
You have proven worthy of wielding the
Ah,
blade.
ok.
Beyond all doubt.
Behold, your Arendite.
We've met before.
Certainly. The hermit admitted he knew you, remember?
The Lady of the Lake.
It is I. Forget not that you are a man right and honorable, devoted to doing good. And for these reasons you received the blade. Now bear it. And I trust this time you shall not lose it.
Just wonderful.
Sono caduto in mare. 270 exp. Ora. Questa spada. La posso già equipaggiare. Attenzione. Ogni colpo genera cariche che aumentano di 10 il danno inflitto dalla spada. Le cariche si consumano con il passare del tempo o quando subisci danni. Una spada completamente carica infligge sempre danni critici. Mettiamola qua intanto. Poi I danni aumentano di 0 fino a un massimo di 10 a seconda del livello del personaggio. Uccidere un avversario con una spada completamente carica consuma la carica, ma aumenta in maniera permanente il danno dell'arma. Ok, nice. Mappa, missione. Secondaria, Gwent abbiamo detto no. Casa, dolce, casa, vai a Corvo Bianco. Dov'è il... Qua. C'è uno che pesca. Re pescatore, addirittura.
Giddy up.
Casa, dolce... Ah, ok, il Corvo Bianco. Salviamo. Maggiordomo.
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Fawlty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Majordomo of Corvo Bianco.
Piacere.
I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Kedweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
Facci strada, facci.
Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
They'll put some meat on your bones.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
Giusto? Beh, la tua casa comunque bella grande, eh? Complimenti, maggiordomo.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
It's enough to drive you batty.
What have we here? The Tourney's
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
I'd stump wine with that one. We would stump till we were red and sweaty.
Who steals little ones, grinds
Nice
their
well.
bones to
Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
È enorme sta tenuta comunque. Guarda qua.
Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Fallo fare, scusami, maggiordomo.
Follow me, please. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Scrub off. You'll soon need a coffee.
The Dutch is small, but do you know any who's not heard of our wines?
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, reckon it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Yes, I should. If I only could, I truly would.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately.
Abbiamo qualche dipinto, li abbiamo comprati.
Sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beautiful estate. One must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Vai, ristruttura subito.
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Anzi, facciamo così. Ne parlerò a questioni più pressanti. Facciamo
Know
così.
what? Changed my mind. Not in the mood to talk about redecoration.
I shall be glad to answer your
Arrivederci.
Thanks.
Facciamo così. Salviamo. E continuiamo da qui nel prossimo video.